This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
I'm kind of on the outs with Little People of America.
Oh.
So I tried getting on a dating site once, and they would not let me on there because I am not a little person.
And co-host Marnie Winfield.
You're tapering yourself down from your hangover or whatever. Oh no, when that started rolling into a whole another entire day of drinking, it just didn't stop.
It is the 21st of July, 2023. My name's Corey Winfield. Marnie is not with us tonight, but I say us because I do have very special guest, Justin Burke. How are you doing?
Fabulous.
You're in the co-host seat. Nice.
That's right.
Nice to see you there. We got Mitch on mic 3. How you doing?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm doing great.
You're in the corner.
It's comfortable here.
Okay, and Adam, you are on what normally is the wireless, but we actually gave you a cord today.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, it makes it sound better, makes it more comfortable. It's appealing.
Tripping hazard.
Well, it's people are walking around in here, which they shouldn't be.
No.
But yeah, it makes it more appealing to the listener. So that's what I'm about, man. Me and Trick Daddy, we're about doing it for the kids, and we're about doing it for the listener.
Do it for the keys.
That's what we do. And our friend Justin here, he's about doing it for the audience as well. And he's about doing it for the people. And earlier, I put something together, and you guys were all witness to this. But I put it together. It was that Justin's, hey, want to buy a shirt? Was genius. And it's a new sales approach that I think most companies should really look into. You don't want to wait for that perfect moment to ask, hey, you want to close the deal? No. No, hit them when they least expect it. That way they're caught off guard. And I'll play the whole example for everybody except Adam and Mitch can't hear because they don't have headphones. But they tried. It's just, long story. But here's the whole scenario I'm talking about. It's from the UFAM rally, which happened on the 18th of May. So if you want to go back and listen to the whole episode, feel free. Adam, you were there. You were actually co-hosting with me at that moment. And, well, here it is. It's called UFAM. I think number 4 is actually the episode. But here's what happened. This is what I'm talking about. It's like a minute long. That's what it's about, man. It is a beautiful day. And it's a good day to people watch. This woman. Who's he talking to?
Hello, ma'am. How you doing?
Oh.
Fine. How are you?
Guess he was talking
Good.
to us.
I'm on a mobile podcast.
A mobile podcast?
Are you in
What is
recovery?
that?
I am. I'm a recovery coach for the Michigan Department of Corrections, Saginaw County Parole and Probation Departments.
So you know about jail.
I will be celebrating 10 years clean and sober July 4th of this year.
Dang.
Congratulations. I got 3.5 years.
Hey, congratulations to you. As odd as it sounds, I've been doing this work for 22 years.
What?
However, I'll just be celebrating 10 years.
So she's making
So that means
bank.
for a long time I was sick and suffering and didn't even know it.
She got 401k?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm here, and I've been seeing people that I've worked with, that I've helped, that know me. I've given information, I've received information, and it's all been well and worth it.
What's the hardest part of her job?
What's the hardest part of your job?
Honestly, to be totally transparent, is wanting it more than they want it for themselves. Knowing
Amen.
that it's a struggle, however, it's doable if you just be honest and recognize that life in sobriety is an honest program as well as a selfish program.
Right.
I wanted to be a part of this and recognize that I was an addict and somebody that was sick and suffering when I did my first peer recovery coach certification through CCAR. And at the end, on the last day, we watched this film, and it was people, not just in Saginaw, where I'm from, or Flint, or Detroit, or Michigan, or the 50 United States, but from all over the world.
Damn.
That were celebrating recovery, and they overcame it. And I said, you know
That's
what?
what's up.
I want to identify. I want to say, hi, I'm Shalita. I am an addict.
That's awesome. I bet her family's
Congratulations. Would you like to buy a shirt today
Oh my
that
God.
supports recovery?
That's not
What kind of shirt?
It says sober on it.
We could probably,
How much are they?
They're $20.
we'll probably just give her one.
Do you do Cash App?
Do you do Cash App? And then his answer like, yeah. And I think I was like, yeah, we do everything. But that was something that we all laughed about. And like for a while, we just kept messing with them about that because it was just such an awkward time. And I had our mics off, but Adam, like, you laughed out loud again, like it was the first time you heard it. You know, it was so funny. It's just like,
Would you like to buy a shirt today
Oh my
that
God.
supports recovery?
and I was like, I made some stupid noise, like, because I was just so taken aback. But
You're so into her story too.
yeah, it's like, damn. You know, at first I was like, I bet you know
She
about
did have a
jail.
great story.
But then she did, and I was like, wow, I bet your family's proud. Of course, she couldn't hear that. I was suggesting that Justin say that to her, and Adam and I were just sitting there, and then when you were just out of nowhere, oh yeah, would you want to buy a shirt? You weren't even like, cool story, bro. You were just like, want to buy a shirt? Yeah, would you like to buy a shirt? And so it turned into want to buy a shirt. And so then I told you I was going to make you a shirt that said want to buy a shirt, but I have a shirt that says that on it.
Yes.
Put it on a shirt, which I did, and you wore it, and I took a picture of it, you wearing it, and we put it on. We grammed it or whatever. I think it was on our Facebook too. But a woman from East Jordan commented on there, and she was like, "Oh, I haven't listened to the podcast in a long time, but you guys rock, and you guys are moving mountains and stuff. And Corey, you're the best, awesome person I know." And I was like, "Wow." She didn't say that part, but she wanted to. But
She meant it.
Right now, she only gets so many things that you can say on there. She had a bunch of hashtags, so I don't blame her for not adding that. Got to get them hashtags in there.
Right.
I mean, that's Twitter. Whatever it is. There's only so many spaces, really. But today, we were having lunch, and that's when I thought about it. It's like, you got to hit people with it when they least expect it. And a new member of our team, Jeremy, was sitting next to me, and I think he was talking about Jesus or flying or being in the Bible or I don't know, something awesome. And I just hit him with it. I was like, "Hey, do you want to buy a shirt?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'll buy one." And I was like, "No, I'm just joking." But he agreed, that it caught him off guard. So I think you're genius, Justin.
Well, thanks.
It really was a revolutionary moment. It was.
Yeah, and to see it work like that, it's just like, damn.
That was cool how it worked on Jeremy today.
Yeah, and it works on other people too. And if you think about it, how many people have caught you off guard, and you're just like, sure, I'll help out. When you're coming out of the store and they're like, "You want to buy some cookies?" And you're like, "No." And you're like, "You want to buy some cookies to help a kid?" And blah blah blah. And you're like, "What?" Like, I didn't expect that. I'm still usually like, no, because you see them coming a mile away.
It's the table that gives them away.
But just some dude who, like Justin, who's on an audio. What did you say? It was an audio.
Mobile podcast.
Mobile podcast. So I've never heard that term before, but hey, that works too. It'll be the world's first ever mobile podcast.
Well, we were mobile. We weren't in our studio.
Yeah, you don't really call it a mobile podcast. To me, that either sounds like a phone or you're driving around in a car.
Either way, it worked.
Yeah.
Breaking studio. There we go.
Breaking records. Breaking records is what we're about, doing new things. But no, speaking of new things, tomorrow we have an event, and that's kind of why I got everybody in here. And Adam, have you ever disc golfed?
No.
Justin, you said you used to.
I used to.
I have never. Mitch, you do it every night.
I've went quite a few times this year. Yeah.
Okay, and Jeremy, he goes with you, I think, sometimes.
He has a history of it as well do I.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. And we first went out there, and I was like, what in the hell? I think I told the story already. Because I don't disc golf, and I was like, oh, yeah, let's go walk through hills on a Saturday. That's fun. But you said, yeah, no, there is some walking involved. It's the woods. But you said it's much funner than that. So if someone who has never disc golfed like Adam and myself, like, what can we expect tomorrow? Somebody... That's our doorbell. I love it.
I love it too.
That might be the J train. So you're gonna expect trees and discs, and metal baskets, and you put all those kind of in a pot together, and then you have fun. That looks kind of like throwing a frisbee and golf at the same time. Good stuff.
But see, to me, what threw me off is this nothing like golf, nothing at all like golf. I don't know why they call it golf.
It's the point structure.
Okay.
So the keeping score is kind of like golf, and then you have like a hole is like one section of the course, and you have to get it in the basket, which is like getting your ball in the divot, and so it's like Audi golf.
So I could come up with disc hockey.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And it'll be the same game. It's just I'll do points scoring like they do in hockey.
I think they did that in Happy Gilmore.
With the disc golf, I don't think they.
No,
did.
hockey.
Yeah,
It
he
was
used a hockey
You gotta
stick.
tell us when you're joking, because then we can get the laugh button ready.
I'm gonna tell a joke.
That's just too obvious.
Fabulous.
Now I'm messing with the soundboard, so now I'll be distracted. So that'll be fun though tomorrow, and we put a promo together for it, a little video promo. We had fun shooting that, and it's called like Don't Play With Yourself, Play With Us, which I think it's okay.
Very, very wholesome.
Yeah,
It's very wholesome, good video.
my buddy Ron, who does video stuff, was like, "Yeah, I like this, good stuff, buddy." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." But it is.
I can't believe we got Jeremy to get that hole in one on that one.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. I'm glad I filmed that.
Right.
That camera swing, like
Oh, I did it.
him over, like it was like instant.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that camera, following things like that. Just action. So I should have been a cameraman for like baseball or something,
There you go.
or hockey.
It's like new goals.
Yeah, I don't want to do that though. I want to help people. I like doing paperwork too. It's my favorite thing to not do is paperwork. So you put it off, and then you just do it all at once. It's so much fun.
Is that why we're all in here on a Friday doing a podcast?
I think so.
Because there's paperwork
We're
to do?
here.
No, I
didn't think of that.
I did some paperwork, but no, man. What's something I didn't do? And this is something for everybody in early recovery or just you in general. If you've ever on Medicaid, and they might do it to other people too, but they did it to me. There's a ER in town, Munson Hospital or whatever, but they go by like Northwestern Michigan Physicians, something, I don't even know, emergency physicians. But there's a thing called no surprise billing. They call it balance billing as well, where you go, like someone like me, because what happened to me, I was on Medicaid. So I went to the hospital and it was emergency. So I went to the emergency room and they did whatever. I believe I was admitted. But then when I got out, like a month or so, two later, I get this bill, and I was never sent anything by the hospital. It was by a collection agency. And I thought, that's weird. What's this for? And they wanted me to pay him $800. And I was like, wait, what? And I just recently went back for something else that I had to do with my back or stomach. And they give you this little piece of paper and they say, hey, here's your patient's rights. I said, okay, that's cool. Let me check it out. And I remember saying something on there about no surprise billing. And I remember somebody telling me something about the no surprise billing. I was at some recovery event or something like that. And they were talking about how probably the same hospital was doing it to people. And so I remember, wait, something's up with that. So I checked into it. Long story short, I had to reach out to the insurance company to tell them what was going on, and so that they could tell them, no, you can't bill him for that. If you go in for like emergency services like that, they can't bill. If you're on Medicaid, they can't like just hand it over to you. You know, if you have insurance, you got to pay your deductible or whatever you're supposed to do. But if you're on Medicaid, they can't just be like, hey, we're going to do that. And it kind of makes sense that they would try to scam it like that. They're a business, and that's what they do. Like a lot of people think, but that's the hospital. They help people. Okay, we help people.
Right.
You know, like
Every
I
day.
can't just start sending people bills for dumb shit. You know, like, oh no. And what they would do is like, say for instance, they know that because Medicaid has a set rate for what they pay. If people don't know this, they do. They have a set rate for what, like even when somebody goes to treatment, like Medicaid's like, we will cover, and I'm just throwing this number out there, $145 a day. And your treatment center can go, oh, but we bill $1,000 a day. And Medicaid's like, that's cute. Here's your $145 or whatever.
Right.
That's how it works. So if they know like, hey, if we give this to him, say let's just say like, hey, here's a pain medication. We give this to him and Medicaid's paying us $3 for it. We can give them the premium brand. We know Medicaid won't pay for it. We won't even bill them for it. We will bill the client $800 for it. Let's take our shot at $800, man. You know, when we lose out $3. And most people, and this is something that you guys would probably relate to, especially in early recovery. And if you're still in active addiction, like say I went there for one of my times, many times going to the ER with a relapse, I wasn't opening bills a lot. And when I would get a bill, I wouldn't open it because I had money to pay it. And I was like, I was in, didn't have a job. It was tough time. So if somebody like goes there like that, and then they do this to them, and then the bill sits there, and then if you don't open it, like I said, I never even got a bill from the hospital. It came straight from the collection agency. So this is a scam that they run. They think, hey, we got to run this scam out quick. So I assume they just, hey, and maybe what they do is they sell it off to this collection agency. I have no idea how their scam works, but it is definitely a scam and it's illegal. Why they don't get fined when they do it? Let's find out. Let's ask some questions, because until people start asking questions about it, we won't know. And I just don't want to see people struggling because if that were to happen to me, like say I just started on the road, I started 217, everything was going good. I got a job, I got a place, and all of a sudden they're taking a quarter of my check. So they can take 25% legally. If you make over like $200 a week, they can take 25% of it. So if they start taking 25% of it, I can't pay my car insurance. I can't pay my rent now. I'm struggling. What's going to happen likely? I'm going to go right back into drinking or using whatever, just because I get that same frustrated and like, wait, what? And all of a sudden lawyers start sending you stuff, and that's intimidating sometimes.
Very much so. And
there's a situation where I'm just like, today, because all this, there's something that went down, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. And they wanted me to like take somebody's money from them. And I was like, nope, because I saw who it was from, and I was like, not going to do it. And they're like, oh, well, you have to. And I said, well, do I? And I kind of looked and read the law, and yeah, you kind of do have to. But at the same time, I don't want to be bullied into it.
Right.
And the fact that everything happens for a reason, and I really do want to change this. I want this to stop. Because if they got a fine, and that's the thing too, they can be sued. This isn't an operation they did on me that they messed up. Oops, sorry. No, this is billing. And if they got fined $10,000 every time they sent someone this, they wouldn't do it at all. I guarantee it. But the fact that, when they did it with me, they just, okay, well, we lost out. No biggie. We missed $3,
right,
or whatever the medication was they gave me. Could have been 20, whatever. It's still way worth it to go 800. And if he doesn't pay, he doesn't see his bill. Cool. When he gets his job, or he does get a job, we're going to garnish his wages because we got this law firm in Grand Rapids that's what they do for us. They're on retainer, so they just send all of our stuff. Pretty good little scam they got going on. And I was talking to a guy earlier that stopped by the office, and he was like, yeah, they did the same thing to me too. I said, no shit. He's like, yeah, and I had to call and tell them that I was on Medicaid, and they were like, oh yeah, yep, see it right here. So you're telling me they missed that he was on Medicaid when they were doing surgery on him? No, they knew.
Yeah.
It just makes me sick, man.
It is a very sickening thing that they prey on us poor people.
Yeah. And older people. I'm sure they do the same thing with people on Medicaid, and that's even more confusing for people sometimes. And, if something like this were to happen to Tyrone's on a budget, man. Like, not to be throwing out his, $1 million budget or anything, but but no, it's just sickening, man, that this is still going on and this happens to people. And what's the like the slap on the wrist for them? Like, they don't even get that. They just get nothing. Like, they get no punishment, and it's against the law to do it. So if they come after 217 recovery, which is what they probably have already done, it's probably in the mail, because this was something I was supposed to do like 2 months ago, and I'm supposed to do it within 14 days. They're like, well, then they'll make your company pay it. I was like, we'll see, because then I can object to that and talk to a judge about it and say, here's why I didn't do that. So, and like I said, most people or some people could get freaked out and scared and be like, oh my God, no. Your little booty hole like gets so tight, and you're like, oh, your stomach drops a little bit, and you're like, oh, how am I going to do this? But everything happens for a reason, man. I just kind of shrugged my shoulders and like, let's see this play out. They tried calling yesterday. I was like, I don't got time for that. I was in the middle of some stuff, and they were like, and I was just like, that's all right. Let's just see. That's my only option. Like, for me to put it in front of a judge to go, here's why I didn't do this, I have to do it this way.
Yeah, I don't even know what would happen if I had to deal with something like this.
I'll have to get all up in it.
I don't know about getting all up in it's going to do anything for you. But I hear you. I mean, it's kind of like
We're going raw. This is how it's going to go.
you can go raw with it too, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to throw that out there on some serious tip that I'm dealing with, and maybe other people that are. If you know somebody who's ever dealt with this, if you know someone who's on Medicaid or been to the hospital more than once, ask them. They'll be like, "Yeah, that happened to me, and they took my wages." You know, like for real. Like we should really start a lawsuit against them. I want to.
Class action.
You know, if you know a lawyer, which we can find one probably, but if you know one or know what I'm talking about, or maybe I'm completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm spot on with this. It's Act 286.
Isn't your father-in-law a lawyer?
Well, I mean, I don't have his drop in here. Damn it. Yeah. Well, yeah, but he's retired.
Oh.
Man,
Yeah, he's retired.
That's my favorite drop.
The Tyrone man.
No, the doorbell.
Oh, the doorbell. I was like, you didn't even hear that. Yeah, we're just over here hitting the doorbell drop. But no, yeah, and if anything, we'll just start a GoFundMe. Because I think that would stick it to the man. The dirty white man.
I've never tried to do that.
Never tried to
Stick it to a man.
you gotta
sexual
You
relationship.
gotta tell me when you tell jokes. Oh man, I bet you haven't. I'm just done muffin.
So anyway, disc golf tomorrow. This is something I really wanted to talk about, which was exciting when Marnie originally brought up the disc golf from the people that she talked about, the people that considered it. That disc golf has a little bit of a stigma around it. There's anything that any of us in this room know about its stigma, and kind of some drug use when people go disc golfing. So it's actually really exciting to me to get to do something recovery related.
No way.
And get the recovery community involved with the disc golfing community, kind of shake things up. Like that's neat. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring that up during the podcast.
Would you like to buy a shirt today that supports recovery?
New flavor. We can get in there.
Did you say just?
You want to buy a shirt?
I think that's time to ask Mitch if he wants to buy a shirt. That was kind of the perfect time.
Yeah. Do you have Cash App?
Yeah.
Damn it! It worked again.
We accept all payment methods.
I only have Venmo.
So yeah, the disc golf thing will be cool. I hope, and we'll see. Some people show up. We do have discs for people if they don't have discs. If they want to show up, they can play with ours.
But don't play with yourself. Play with
No,
us.
you don't want to be sitting around playing with yourself. Just come out. It'll be fun, and it's at
Hickory Hills.
Hickory Hills from 12 to 5, 4.
If you get there for 3 to 3:30 tea time, you can get into the T-shirt giveaways.
What?
Maybe see an an on-site podcast.
What?
Going?
No way.
We don't want people to be out there all night, so we'll be there till 5. But
Nice. And Adam, you just got some shirts made today for your recovery meeting.
Yep. Gonna sell like hotcakes.
For free. You're gonna sell-
Right.
No, but they're pretty cool, and I had to show you guys because we're starting an art group, an art recovery group, and it's going to be once a week. But each week, like the first week, we might do shirts. Second week, we might do painting, and we got to get somebody. I'm going to get with the college to see if they have some people that want to come show some stuff. I know there's a woman who works for the GTB tribe that would love to come for a meeting and kind of help us out. So if there's anybody listening, you're like an artist, can draw whatever, beads, making necklaces, just whatever, an art.
Macrame.
I'm gonna try to sneak podcasting in as an art.
heck yeah. Jeremy want to know, and I want to know.
Jeremy want to know what?
Jeremy want to know. Jeremy
that
and
pretty
I
ghetto.
want to know when are you going to be teaching us how to do a podcast?
Well,
Man.
pretty soon. Pretty soon. No, you guys are going to start a podcast. And I kind of told the staff, which is you guys, hey, if you guys want to start a podcast, and if it's cool if you don't, but if you do, I can help you put one together and help you guys as much as I can. We have the equipment here, so why not? And you guys were like, yeah, now that Jeremy's staff officially. So it's like, okay. And it'll be fun and interesting, scary. Now I understand what my bosses went through. Like,
what are they going to say?
Yeah, at least I had the FCC. So they couldn't do just anything.
We're going to be doing flying lessons, talking about Jesus.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Crop circles.
That's the thing about a podcast, man. If people don't like it, they don't have to listen.
That's true.
They can turn on whatever they want, and that's what's fun about it. And you can swear. That's one thing I would tell people if they're starting a podcast, because I think most of them do a pretty good job of not, and we do every once in a while. If you're into it, if you're telling a story, that's fine. But I remember one of the first ones I watched, and when we started in 2019, there were podcasts out there. There wasn't as many as there are now, clearly. But I started watching some and turning some on, listening to them. And this one guy just came out and was like, hey, what's up, MFers? But he actually said the thing, and like every other word, he was dropping F-bomb. And I'm just like, okay, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the opposite.
Too much can definitely be too much.
Yeah, and it was. It was just like, I'm swearing because I can F and swear. And it's like, okay. But if you're telling a story, you're worked up, and I'll drop an F-bomb here or there. I'll say shit sometimes. I know. But it is what it is. But that would be my advice, is to just keep it natural. Like if you swear, if you want to go back and bleep it, okay. But don't cut it out. Don't take that whole point out, And we used to do it. Well, no, we didn't do it live. But I'd never edited anything before.
Corey,
and I still don't, kind of.
Can I tell a joke?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get the board ready. Okay.
Definitely go to the bathroom before you come disc golfing.
Before you do what?
Go disc golfing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's talk about that.
Yeah, what's that all about, Mitchell? Why should we use the restroom before we go disc golfing?
Do you think it's safe, or is the statute of limitations not up yet?
I got the beep button ready.
Yeah.
All right, here's what happened. Mitch was and then he whoa, what the and that was about the story of it all. Except the were called and then was like, oh, nah. Whoa. Don't touch me. What? I'm not eating that. And what? I said, holy bitch, that's a crazy story, bro.
Why you gotta air my dirty laundry like that?
I was like, golly, dude.
Everybody knows all my secrets.
All the details.
Like,
I have to get all up in it.
I know.
Get all up in it. Raw style.
Ask Mitch with that story. If you're coming out disc golfing tomorrow, 2000, what was it again?
I think it's just 2000
Randolph Road.
Go to the end of Randolph Street,
Traverse City. If you go to the website, you can get the video, and there's a flyer on the website too, 217recovery.com. Ask Mitch what happened. Will you promise to tell the story?
If they ask me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. We can record it on video.
I'll tell the story.
Will you reenact it?
No. I mean, there aren't any porta potties at Hickory Hills, so
when you went walking over there, I wonder if you were like doing the waddle walk because you were like pinching it.
The worst part, never mind. I'm not going there.
Yeah, come see us tomorrow.
Yeah, come check us out.
Yeah, you can get the story right from the horse's mouth, and he'll tell you.
The horse's mouth.
Isn't that what they say?
It was more like bullshit.
Oh, I don't have it on the right thing.
Beep.
Beep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a story that I couldn't believe, and then how that turned out. Adam, you've never had the police come here looking for you yet.
Yet.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like employees that don't have police showing up.
Yeah.
Now there's Jeremy.
No matter.
He just started today.
He got through his first day.
No, Jeremy's changing things around, man. We all have a past, right?
That's right.
So, the people that are walking around acting like, well, I've never done that. Never. Yeah, you did. You just didn't get caught. Stop it. And then that's what's funny about society is most people out there have a problem, or they just haven't been caught yet. And so for them, and then they still judge other people that, it does happen to,
Stigma.
Yeah. It's not even that. I don't know. It's just, well, I'm too good for that. I think it goes back to that attitude of it's not me. I'm not that bad, this and that. And, that's a scary place to be. And if you're a family member and, someone in your family, let's say, gets pulled over for drunk driving, and then they start, throwing the excuses out the same way I did. And you guys might have. Did you, Adam? I don't know if you did. You didn't really get a drunk driving, but
Right. The excuses?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I was kind of saying that the other day. Honestly, I just kind of was like, okay, I'm getting arrested. All right. I was very cordial, but it was, it was a little different situation though. But yeah, I didn't have but I didn't have the excuses because I was basically thinking the same thing you were saying is all the drunk drivings I could have had. So yeah, it's what I got in trouble for was a lot less than what it could have been. That's for sure.
But the drinking was pretty much a factor.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And you have been through treatment. You've heard. I mean, obviously, you went to treatment. Like you knew you had a problem, and you knew things needed to change. But then that becomes a whole new thing of like, okay, well, do I want to change them? Do I want to do what's required? But if a family member, somebody they get that, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm never drinking again. Same shit I did. No, I'm never drinking.
Right.
And then you give it a few days, and well, it's because of this or because of that, and they start making these excuses.
I said that after every hangover, though. I was never going to drink again.
You were one of those.
Yeah.
Oh.
Adam and I didn't have hangovers. It's never a problem.
We worked that out pretty quick. Yeah.
I was just like a little extra tired in the morning. That was a problem for me because people were like, don't you hate the hangover? I'm like, what hangover?
Oh, you mean when that starts leaving my body and I start shaking? Yeah, I hate that. Then I drink more.
Right.
And then you're like, oh shit, like that's not good. But you're like, what do I do? And you're like, I can't tell nobody. At least that was me early on. I can't tell anybody that I have this problem because then they're going to judge me and shit, what do I do? And I didn't know.
And then you realize that, oh yeah, they probably smelled that on me at work and shit. They probably knew. So,
well, in radio, it was a joke almost, because they're like, your studio smells like a brewery. They knew I wasn't drinking there, but it was seeping out of my pores, So it was like,
right.
Like damn, like yeah, they knew. It with radio, oh, that's just a rock guy. The rock station people, that's just what they do. Yeah. It was like acceptable almost. And
that's the way it was when I sold cars.
Oh yeah, and you're just a car salesman.
You got to be cocky and an alcoholic to sell cars. Like that's how it works.
Isn't it funny how many occupations seems like alcohol is like almost a requirement? I mean, it's kind of how mine was a little too. So I mean,
yeah.
Our society,
sex workers, radio people,
death industry,
car,
which is almost the same thing.
Car people. What was your job?
Cook.
There you go. Yeah. Definitely.
That one's a winner.
We could just run down the stereotypes. Okay. Strippers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I said sex worker already because Adam said his former job.
Oh, right. I got you. I missed it.
Construction worker.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Always got to have one at lunch.
Doctors.
Well,
I've heard. Yeah, I've heard.
Write their own
at the
scripts, maybe. While.
There's that too.
Could be.
Teachers.
Oh yeah, especially back in the day.
Oh yeah,
I know a couple of their big potheads.
My mom told me about finding the booze in teachers' desks when they were younger.
There was always that.
Yeah,
that was here at Traverse City.
He had some in the back room.
The Spanish teacher.
Yeah, we had a guy, and he had the people always like, "Oh, he goes in the back and gets drunk." And seriously, he would just go in the back and be gone the rest of the class. I'm like, "Where the hell did they go?" And looking back, his face was always red. He had like a red nose and stuff. all the two signs of being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I would say teachers get a bad rap. What about the police?
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Whoa,
Especially in Traverse City.
Oh, geez.
Dude, it's just every other
I've
year
never-
there's somebody who's like, I don't know how they call it anymore, but honorably discharged
Substance
or
use
something like that.
disorders.
Yeah, the first guy who I ever got pulled over for and got a ticket from, first time I'd ever gotten pulled over, gave me a ticket. I was doing like 7 miles over the speed limit. I was discriminated against because I had a radar detector.
Fabulous.
But anyway, 2 years later, gotten in trouble for having a drinking problem and being violent with a family member.
Damn.
Yep, I was like, ha! That's what
Well,
you get.
I think laughing at people's substance use disorders is the way to go about life.
Right?
It was the ticket. Made me bitter. It was a resentment that I had to deal with while I worked the steps.
No, I don't have show notes. I don't have a run sheet. That was not the drop I wanted to play. Sometimes you
I
miss.
was going to say, what was up
thought it
with
was
show
perfect.
notes?
You want to buy a shirt?
Yeah.
No, I was just trying to distract from you making fun of people for substance use disorder.
Oh.
Okay, back to the. So, what do you think? What about a clown at a circus?
Maybe.
You'd have to be messed up on something.
I know I would have been on something.
Yeah.
Is that funny gas that they use at the
Nitrous?
dentist office?
So, what about
Sorry.
city officials?
I can.
Like, not just next. I don't want to just say mayor, but like just anybody in like,
Yeah, because
city
they
government.
They get pulled over for it. Like, don't you know who I am? Or is that just politicians in general?
There's politicians in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, celebrities like actors and stuff. Like, we already know that they have.
Wait. They're known for substance abuse. Substance use.
Yeah, it's called substance use disorder, not substance abuse. I thought you took messaging training. I love saying that to Mitch when I'm like, I thought you took this. I thought you took that.
Right?
And he gets mad at me.
I'm just a joyful ball of peace over here.
We made a brochure earlier today with a bunch of celebrity quotes. And you're like, do they really have a substance use disorder?
Or do you call it abuse?
You nailed that, Justin. I was so proud of you. I never even thought that you could just blossom in your flyer making skills just by sitting in a different room.
Yeah.
That must have been my problem.
You can come up there.
I was in the wrong room.
All the love up in the front desk.
I just took over Mitch's computer.
Okay. Switched.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good story, I guess. People, that one, you gonna send that one out to anybody? That's for people listening in North Carolina. Yay. I don't know. But back to the jobs thing though, about you guys you think of any other occupations that people have stigmas on, like that? Oh yeah, there's all kinds of partying and drug use and drinking going on.
Bodybuilding.
Oh yeah, with steroids.
Yeah.
Yep.
Almost
Lots of
every
stuff like that.
profession.
Okay, name one.
Just anything.
It's not an answer. It's acceptable.
You have a job. You have a substance use
All right, what's your
bank teller.
Okay, I've never heard that one. If you're a bank teller, you're probably all right until you're not.
That's the thing. A lot of these ones it's kind of falls in the category of addiction is non-discriminatory. Kind of, it's going to be in every one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Therapists,
Oh yeah.
counselors. It happens. So just don't throw that shade on people. Don't laugh at their. Mitch, I'm looking at you. Don't laugh at their substance use disorder. And if they need help, it's hard for them to admit it, because I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast the other day, but we did talk about it, I think, in real life, about calling it a problem. Oh, well, so-and-so has a problem with alcohol. They got a problem with drugs. And it's not really a problem. It's definitely a health concern and it's a life wrecker. But if we call it something different than problem, I think it might be easier for people to one day, when they start shaking and can't stop until they drink more, they would actually go get help, because they're like, wow, okay, this isn't a problem. Like, this is like what happens before you you die. This is what happens before your liver gets screwed up. You're yellow, and you're like, oh, maybe nobody will notice. And
right.
They notice. Your eyes are yellow, dude. But I was too afraid to ask for help. And then maybe it'll be easier for future generations, but I don't know what we call it. Oh, you gotta... And that shouldn't be that. That's, I think, maybe the problem. It's not calling it a problem. The problem is not calling it a problem. It's the you have a... Or you need to, it singles them out and makes them feel like so alone. Adam, Justin, Mitch, you guys might relate. I felt alone. Like I'm the only MFer who ever went through this, but yet clearly I'm not.
Right.
But I did feel alone. And it was my problem. I'm using air quotes there.
Yeah.
So it was something I did that caused it. All I did was react to what my brain was telling me. Oh, you feel bad? Go get some liquor. That'll numb it, make it go away. Oh, okay.
Well,
and then it's not a problem.
Yeah. F it. Yeah. I don't even care about those people. Screw it.
Well, what were we taught? Like, as soon as we became an adult, you have a bad day at work, go to the bar, drink some beer on the weekend.
Yeah.
You have a breakup, just go to the bar like everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're drunk, dude. I'm going to take you out and get you drunk, man. Don't worry about that. Get a raise. Hey, man.
Yeah, celebrate. Then you find any reason that you possibly can to celebrate everything. I mowed the lawn today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I drink when I mow the yard.
I ride that tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did laundry. Why are you up at 5 a.m. doing laundry? Because it needs to be done. You're drinking already? I'm doing laundry. Dude, that was so stupid. Like, I had that conversation happen to me. Like,
football games start at 9 a.m. And when they play in London, that was one I had.
Oh.
It's like, it's football's on, so you got to be able to.
I got to watch fantasy stuff. It starts at 9. It pissed me off.
All right.
Well, I got to get ready for that by watching last week's games. Well, I'm doing prep. I got to figure out which wide receiver I'm getting this week. What?
Yeah.
That's stupid stuff. And now we live such different lives today, man. And that's what it's about. It's about, Adam, we talk about this quite a bit. It's about noticing those moments and that we're there and that we're present for them. And they're not always good, but that we can be there and not have to take the blunt of the force from being drunk or not being present, because then other people's problem, it's all my fault because I was drunk, where I can, or you can look at the situation totally different now because we're not drunk there and we can act, and respond correctly to in-laws, to kids, to spouses, girlfriends, whatever, we can be there for that and make the right decisions today. Whereas if we were drinking, it would, first of all, is drinking. That's all we care about. Sorry, ladies. That's all we cared about was our drinking. And if you're around still, that's cool. But if you put us in a position to say choose one, I'll look at you while you're in front of me and tell you that I'll choose you. But at the end of the day,
should we answer that?
We have a guest. Oh, it's Jeremy.
Oh,
Jeremy.
look at this guy.
Holy smokes.
When Corey was getting really deep.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't know about closed doors.
He hasn't heard the rule of the office yet. Door closed, don't knock on it.
He just lost $10.
A day's worth of pay.
He might have been coached by somebody.
Yeah, so whatever I was saying was pretty cool. I don't remember something about that.
Well, yeah, I could kind of pick up a little bit too, just like what we talked about or what lately is being more now, like while drinking and having all those problems, like now it's more, I can be part of the solution. And, no matter what I was, it could be the same problems, but I was part of the problem, any problem that arose because of where I was at. And now it's, I don't have to, every little thing I don't have to bear the weight of making it worse or making it a harder problem. Like it would just be like, well, we can work through this. And it, it makes a big difference in the people in my lives, and yeah.
Yeah, but we gave them excuses too. And I'm sure they were probably rightfully so, but like, oh, I burned lasagna when I was making it. Adam, well, if you wouldn't have been drunk, you would have been helping. you got nothing.
You don't,
Right.
and it's true, and that's the thing. It's not. I accept all of that too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we know, like a lot of it was,
Yeah, but it's nice today when we can realize those moments and start to realize what life was really about. And some people will get bitter and say, "Oh, damn it, I wasted 20 years," and they dwell on that. But you can't. You can't get stuck like that.
it keeps you where you're at.
What you can do is you can move on, move forward. What can you live for now? And that's why I look at it. And Marty too. Like I say older, but some people still call us young. It's so weird, And it's like, wait, I'm like mid-40s, so like, how's that young at all? I'm like thinking we're buying a house, or looking for some and whatever. And the guy's like, well, in 30 years, I'll pay it off. I'm like, 30 years, I'll be 75, man. If I make it, I don't think that's in the plans, we'll see about paying that off. Can we just do a 100-year loan? Then you might as well say that. To me, it's the same thing, 30-year, 100-year, don't matter. It's kind of like student loans. I'm like, well, keep them coming.
Right.
Until I get that lawsuit money from the hospital or whatever. I'm sorry. Once we do, everybody wants to file, hit me up.
Class action.
Yeah, let's make it happen, man. But anyway, back to the deep story. But that's all I got, though. Yeah, back to that. That's all I got. Disc golf tomorrow, and then next week we're doing a beach thing. Tyrone's going to be there.
Volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it comes to the important ones.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully he's there because I'll have him to tell some stories.
Be nice.
Are we doing a podcast from the beach volleyball?
Of course.
Thank you, Justin.
Well, we're co-hosts, but I didn't know.
I'll be working my way through the championship round, so I don't know if I'll be able to join you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be podcasting it.
Adam's representing 217.
I can serve well, but I'm really short.
Do you think we should bring like a character out there? Like,
Character?
Yeah, like
drive by the pines and pick somebody up, or what?
No, I was thinking like a character. Like we make Adam into something.
Oh,
Like Macho Man Randy Savage, where he's out there and every time he hits the ball, oh yeah, and just some asthma people like, who is this guy?
Maybe that's how we get
We
Adam.
need
to
a
come out
Tom
of the show.
Cruise and a goose the whole time.
I think that we should do that.
I'll be your goose.
Are you gonna play volleyball?
No,
Yes.
I'm gonna be terrible at it.
So
I haven't played volleyball
all
since
of
I
us.
was young, limber, and agile.
So just stand there and point at everybody else. Like I didn't call that.
That one,
Like that's yours, bro. You weren't gonna get that. I moved out of the way for you. Like I don't know about you, but I don't play with balls.
The real plan is you have to fake an injury in the first play.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, my hamstring.
Start talking mad shit. I'm like, man, I've been doing this forever. And,
All state in
Yeah.
'84.
and I'll print off some like Photoshop pictures of you. A Photoshop your face
like
in.
diving and
yeah,
all the
like,
sand. And
and then we can like have them displayed behind us.
Hold on,
and
don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
We'll do a nice interview with you before, and people are like, who is that? And you're like, you don't know who that is? I'm like, damn, dude, people were getting autographs earlier.
13-year champion,
We need a nickname.
mid-state
Yeah,
champion.
what would be a good name? I was going to say Raleigh Balls, but that was probably not a good one.
Sand in the crack.
Yeah. Sandy McCrack.
Sandy McCracken.
Well, we'll let you know about that, but I think it's a great idea.
Keep me posted.
Yeah.
So whoever loses this week's blog challenge, which by the way, if you're listening to the podcast, this is something that you
didn't
can
know that was
vote on
in-
as well
I didn't know that was in effect yet.
next week.
Ah, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to give them categories. It's a version of the 217 recovery game, the 217 game, where I'm going to give you guys. I was going to do a free for all, but I'm not going to do that anymore because you can write a blog whenever you want. A free for all would have been you can write what you want to write. So I'm going to give like 3 different topics that you have to write about.
There should be 5.
Okay.
We discussed
It's
this.
going to be like Jeopardy. There's going to be like the
there's
cheap
gonna
one
be-
that's easy, like middle one that's like not as easy, and then the expensive one that's super hard. Right?
You know I'm making the topics. They're all going to be hard.
Yeah.
None of them are going to be easy. If you think it's easy, then I'm going to be like, bro, you wrote about the wrong
And
thing.
every week, Corey gets the bottom of the barrel.
Like I was talking about different balls. Okay.
He gets the one that nobody chose.
Corey?
Yep.
I don't think you.
I can't make for myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think you signed up for that. These are for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I wasn't doing paperwork all day, Justin, I sure would be on it. Let me tell you.
Justin, we really like it when he does paperwork because that's how we get our paper checks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the blogging, Justin.
Yeah. I'm glad you stuck around yesterday to see a little bit of it, and it wasn't just like, oh yeah, that's real simple.
Besides, your blogs are like 4 lines long. It should be easy.
Which is good. You can look up and see what the average is, and it tells you how long of a read it is. It doesn't need to be like 8 days long. Like, this will be done by Christmas if you start now.
Yeah, Mitch.
I'm not reading that one.
Some people need time killers, so it's got so much in my brain.
Some people just want to read a minute blog.
Mine are minute blogs.
Yeah, they call you Minute Man. That'll be your name if you lose the challenge. So whoever loses the challenge has to be in, and then you have to fake the injury on the first one. Piss everybody off, throw the whole team off.
In the volleyball.
And we'll be like, who's alternates? Because we're going to need some of those. Hopefully they have that planned. But Addiction Treatment Services, they're the ones hosting it. We're co-hosting it. So there's going to be food all out there. And we have a flyer on Facebook. And I think we have something online on our website too. Mm-hmm. 217recovery.com. But that's, the 29th.
And we got flyers here at the office too. People can stop by and pick some up.
Yeah, stop on by when you're buying a shirt. Pick that up.
Yeah.
We don't sell shirts here, by the way.
You take Cash App.
Yeah. We take all kinds of stuff. That's what one of us does. But so
that's messed up.
So the game though is that they have to write whatever I say. And then like if they see something, they're like, oh, I can probably mess with that. They have to get it quick because once they pick it, nobody else can pick it. And then they have X amount of time to complete it. Otherwise, it goes back into the pool.
Oh, I thought it was just whoever gets it out first. You get it out.
And approved by
Okay.
management.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Gotcha.
Like you can do it, pick it, and get it out. And I'm like, not going to fly. And that's back out to the rest of them. Which would be the other two.
It's gonna be
other
fun.
3. We got Jeremy now.
He doesn't have a blog. Baby steps. We just started today. We're trying to get him to do ethics and messaging. He's got trainings to do. You guys are
set him out into the world.
He'll be on the roster eventually.
Man, we got people in and out of this place.
I know.
This meeting's happening tonight.
That's what we should do. We should just start doing podcasts and then just keep hitting the door. And we'll go to our people who finance us and be like, look, you hear how many people come in?
You heard it.
It was 6:32 on a Friday. You heard that bell ring in. That's people in and out.
Right.
In. That's people in.
Right.
Yep. Well, who's helping them? The new guy.
Yeah.
Started today. He knows everything.
He was an intern. It's fine.
Yeah, proper
He knows how to
training.
do it.
Trial by fire.
Never sent us paperwork on that guy. I'm like, well, he's part-time. But nah, so look for that coming next week, and then you can vote on whoever's you like the best by clicking the heart, and then by sharing it with your friends, getting them to like the heart. So it'll be like a little contest, and whoever loses dead last, it'll be fun going out to the volleyball.
I used to sell cars, man. Like
character.
I've done some crazy things.
Adam's like, I really don't want to lose.
I'm going to lose every blog. I have a feeling.
He's like rubbing his beard like, this isn't going to be good. I'm going to be sick next week.
Words are hard.
Non-participation is an automatic
roof
loss.
this weekend. If I fall off my roof, is that better or worse than getting run over by a car? Gonna do some damage.
Both hands have to be injured.
It'll be a good time though. So see you tomorrow. Hopefully at disc golf. We're all going to be there, and it'll be a good time.
Yep.
So
it'll be a blast.
Thanks, guys, for coming on the podcast today. I appreciate you.
Later.
Looking forward to it.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. We hope you come back for our next episode.